Welcome, friends. It is I, your Scarf, and it's time for the Sunday vlog. And in the background, you will see a Baka arena, I believe. And we don't have a guardian, so you get to see how fun it is to not have a guardian. The CC a guardian brings is just great to have, and you have a rough time without it. And this is what we had to live with on this one. But that's just, you know, that's how it is when you go guardianless. So I guess I should talk about Nemesis, but let's talk about everything else first, because Nemesis will be a bit of a thing. And, let's see here. So, the recovery time. So, they named them cast time recovery times. Agni can still do his ult combo with his stun, but apparently the casting time is a little too long for some people, so if you have any lag, you're not able to do it. I can do it every time, but even with my 150 ping. But some people with 60 ping couldn't do it, and some people with 300 ping could do it. And people could also do it with those pings. It's really weird and random, but some people can, some people can't. So, they might bring up the casting time, bring it down by 0.1 probably, so it's a little bit easier to land it. But you gotta put out the fumes right after you cast the fireball, because right when it lands is when the fumes come out. So see how that goes. But I don't know. For me, I can cast it, but if people can't cast it, then I guess they need to shorten that casting time. And they gave a bunch of gods the recovery times, and I already went over how I felt about this with the patch notes, saying like these gods will be more slippery, or they'll be more effective this way and that way. Aphrodite still needs more. Aphrodite definitely needs more. She is just not as effective as she used to be. Because, well, everything overshadows her. Geb's shield is better than her ultimate. I will always say that. I will always say that. I love Aphrodite. She's one of the first gold skins I got. She's really fun to play, but she is not viable compared to everything else in the game. It sucks. Same thing has happened to her Agni. She kept getting nerfed. Now she is where she is. You can still pub stomp with her, but that's all you can do with her. Like, in ranked? Oh, she's got to be tanking bad. I talk to the people who love playing her, and they don't even want to try. They don't even want to try. And it sucks. And then you do see the people who do try, and then they get dumped on pretty hard. Good coordination, you can probably still pull it off pretty well, because those pulls are great, but she just doesn't have the power she used to have, and so she's not able to do as much as she used to. And that's not good, because she is a one-on-one fighter, so that's really not good for her, but that's what they've done to her. Nemesis. So we know I made that video about Nemesis Retribution. And I gotta complain about this a little bit. I made this video, 2 minutes. I did overstate some things. I made it at 2 AM. I was not happy with what I saw. When Nemesis first came out, I assumed she took 50% damage, and she reflected 50% damage. And she healed, well, 50% damage, which would kind of negate if things were considered mitigations. So she would take mitigated damage, and she healed back pre-mitigated, although that's a really weird thing there. But I assume she took damage so that she could at least maybe die, especially if we do heal reduction. She can die during her retribution. I assume she could do that. After the first day of playing her, and playing like that, and then I fought a Nemesis, and I hit her, and she didn't take any damage, and she hit me back, and I saw, wait a sec, she didn't take any damage, she actually healed up. And I realized, oh, she's immortal during this thing. And then I realized, that's too much. I realized that is way too much. It's already nice with a slapback and the heal, but you're making her immortal during this. That is too much. That is way too much. So I made the video about this, saying this is too much. You should not have all these things on one god, because that is way too effective. And I use the Ao Kuang as an example. And really, that's the best example you can give, is just eat an ultimate. And here's the thing that I take issue with, is the comments in reaction to her, to my video. Some people thought it was a troll video. Some people said they were disappointed in me, or they lost respect for me. And I'll tell you right now, if you were disappointed or lost respect, you never had respect for me in the first place. You never had respect for me in the first place. Because if it took that to lose respect, then no. Because I saw something, and I went, wait a minute, this feels like too much. And I've played with Geb, and I've played with all these other gods who were amazing, like I'm a Zenkob. And this is the video where I go, this is too much. Because the Geb shield was really nice, but I knew they'd nerf it eventually. And I could wait on that. Alma Zenkob was really nice, but he wasn't... You could still deal with him a bit, but he was really good. And I figured, yeah, in a week they'll nerf him. He got nerfed really hard. He's still a good god, but he got nerfed pretty damn hard. Nemesis, though, that Retribution, I instantly got, no, we can't wait a week on this. This is gonna wreck hard. This is gonna wreck really hard. People are just... The movement I made is this. I care about the population. Nemesis is one god that can counter a ton of gods. And she's making it a miserable time for a lot of players right now because of her Retribution. Especially the nuke characters. Nemesis is kind of anti-fun. Nemesis is a weird god. Here's the thing about her. She's an assassin they made into a warrior. That's one. Two is, She's incredibly fun to play, but she's not fun at all to fight against. Not at all. She's not fun to fight against. She's very actiony in her style, but she is counter-action. That's the weird thing about Nemesis is, we just gave all these people recovery times, shorter recovery times so they can dump their abilities. Let's give them a god that makes it a bad idea. We give these guys these badass big nuke abilities, let's make a god that makes that a bad idea. Let's go for action and then create a god that will make them passive. That's what Nemesis is. And a lot of people are getting really blue in the face over Nemesis only in these couple days. And I'm seeing the severity of this, and I'm going, it needs to be done now. It needs to be done now. You gotta change it now. You can't, no. Geb was annoying as hell, but he was also very fun. Nemesis is the same way, but I am not seeing as much hate. Like, people just, they're really getting frustrated with Nemesis. Geb is annoying as hell, but he wasn't frustrating to me. Nemesis isn't frustrating me at all, because I know what I'm doing, but she is frustrating a lot of people. And you gotta consider your population. Now, there is catering to your community too much and not enough or whatever. In some ways, they have catered too much to the population. In some ways, they haven't. And this is one of those things where I feel like you just had to nerf something. They didn't nerf what I wanted, but they did nerf her damage down. So her clear is a little bit worse, but that Retribution is still good for her. So she's still got good counterplay. And I just felt like that's just too much. And here's one of the things I was annoying, is the inferments people were making. People were inferring that I was saying she was OP. I never said she was OP. I said this is way too good an ability. That's what I said. But there were a lot of people crying that I was saying she's OP, that I was whining. And all I did was form my opinion. All I did was make a statement. That is, I feel this is too much. That's what I did. And I feel like it needs to be changed now. Not in a week, but now. And that's called whining? That's called whining, buddy? That's whining? I don't get it. And then people saying, you're just bad at the game. I'm bad at the game. I'm going 16-1 with this girl. I'm going 10-3. I'm going 10-4. I am wrecking amazing amounts of face with her. And I am making sure the other Nemesis is going down. I make sure I'm the only one with the positive KD at the end of the fight. I do that. I know how to deal with her. It's still too much, people. It is. Because terrible Nemesis is, yeah, sure. But the good ones that will come out, they're going to be very anti-fun. They're going to wreck you every time you throw those ults out. And people were talking about, oh, he saw it coming, so he's able to block it. You will see that ult coming. You know when those ults are coming. You play this game long enough, you know when every ult comes. And you know exactly when to do your things. This is why Aegis and Beads work. This is why Aegis and Beads are effective. Because you can see those ults coming. You know when to use those things. There's a lot of players who know how to time their stuff. Don't give me the argument that it's hard to time. And don't give me the 1 second argument. 1 second is a lifetime in this game. You can die in 1 second. A team fight can end in 5 seconds. Everything goes by really quick in this game. Don't give me the argument that 1 second is really short when it isn't. You can do a lot of things in 1 second, and I have. I've been in 3-on-1 fights going from no HP to full HP because they dumped on me. And I made them pay for it. Don't give me that crap. Give me a real argument here. And then the real arguments are... What was a good one? Like someone saying, there's the best argument I got is they should just make the CD longer. And I'm not a fan of that one, but I'll take that one because the way she works is very counterplay, and once you learn how to deal with that, then fine. But the only way to beat her is with a team. You can't beat her one-on-one because of Retribution. You can't pull that shield out early. Players are smarter than that. You know how hard it is to pull the dance out of Chang'e? Chang'e knows to save that thing. You do the same thing with Nemesis' shield. You save that as your escape with your dash if you need to. You know when to use that ability. You know when to hold it. I believe people are smarter than they are. That's a good ability. That's a really good ability. I believe people know when to use that dang thing, because they do. You see that. You see that with Chang'e. You see how well people use that thing. You see how hard it is to kill Chang'e. People are smart about their escapes. They're not dumb about it. And that is why I don't agree with the argument that it's only 1 second, because that's all you need to get out. That's all you need to make people pay. That's all you need. And the fact they compare it to Chang'e's thing, it's just like Chang'e's. No, it's not. You can do damage with this thing. You can heal off of this thing. Chang'e gets mana if you hit her. Yeah, that ain't nothing. That ain't nothing at all. Chang'e gets mana. And I will hold to my statement that it is better than Aphrodite's ult. Someone says in 70 seconds you can save 2 lives. Yeah, in 70 seconds I can save this 1 life twice that many times. It's superior to that ultimate because of the cooldowns on it. It is superior. And I stand by the statement that Geb's shield is better than Aphrodite's ultimate. But I did overstate saying that her shield is better than Geb's. Geb's shield is amazing. I say it's on par with his. Because his shield can be put on everybody. He can put it on himself. It gives a bunch of HP. But the damage that gives back on her shield is so amazing that I think it puts it on par with his. It saves one life just like his saves one life. And they just do amazing things in different ways. That's how I feel about it. The problem I feel is Nemesis is so damn fun to play, no one wants to see her nerf. It said the people who aren't playing her. The people who don't play assassins. She's an assassin. Or the people who don't play warrior. That's really what I'm seeing is that. And then there's some people who like me who play everybody goes, this is too much. She's fun as hell, but it is too much. It is. But they've nerfed her now. They nerfed her. But it was a very interesting experience to see how horribly people took something. How misinterpreted a post or a video can be. Because I wasn't whining. I wasn't calling her OP. I said this was too much and needed something to be done about it. Because my concern is what this does for the population. What this does for the community. And I'm concerned about her just making people really angry with this game. I already have people who are saying they want to quit. Because they're getting tired of this. They see Geb, he was annoying as hell. And now they see Nemesis, she's annoying as hell. And if the same thing happens with the next god, they might be out. And I understand that it's hard to balance a god when they first come out. But there's also playtesting. And if they really are playtesting, I want to understand who the hell are they having playtest. Because Nemesis' 3 was obvious to me. Her damage was obvious to me. Her slow was obvious to me. It's obviously going to hit people hard. I get that they're compensating for not giving her hard CCs because we have too much of that. But they went this way, they experimented, and I don't like how this one went. I'm not going to quit over this, but I am definitely annoyed as hell over it. But that's just me. That's how it is. I'm going to adapt and move forward. I know how to beat Nemesis, and I know how I can't beat Nemesis. I know gods that I know if I run into Nemesis, get the F out. There's no way I'm going to beat her. If you don't have a form of CC, you're not going to beat her unless you can power her down. But then you have to time your stuff around her shield, and that's not exactly something you really. There's a lot of thinking play to go around it. She adds a wrinkle strategy, which is a good thing. But this wrinkle strategy was added after they did all this stuff to recovery times. After they said, you know what, just dump everything. Dump all your abilities. Don't think about it. Just dump them all. Now we want you to think about it again. Then why did you even do that? Why did you even make it that way? Why do you say you want more action and you want people to just have fun going crazy with their abilities, and then you make a god that will punish them horribly for doing it? That's what I don't get. What I don't understand. And I get that Hi-Rez is guessing some of this stuff. And we see that. We know that sometimes. We can tell. Which just annoys me with that argument. That is, Hi-Rez has the numbers you don't. Leave it to them to do the balancing. And we've seen proof of that being a dumb statement a couple times already. We've seen that. And what exactly does the numbers tell you? It only tells you so much. You still have to playtest. You still have to do this. You still have to do that. They do all these experiments, and that's fine. But they could have tested some of these experiments. Some things could really use some testing before you just send them out there. And it doesn't happen. It's just, okay. We're the beta testers. We're supposed to beta test this thing. And that's how it goes. But the game is so much treated like release already. It's this weird thing going on that it feels like it doesn't make any sense at the same time. Where we have to have a beta for the beta. Because there's money going around. It's treated like a release pretty much for a lot of people. And that's how it is. And because once money gets involved in the beta, once a lot of money gets involved in the beta, you got Tencent going in here as well, you really can't treat it as a full-on beta anymore. It's a very interesting idea, but that's how it is, just with the way things have gone. Well, I've talked enough about Smite. We'll see what happens with the next god. The skin looks amazing, of course. The art department does a very good job. She looks great. No Mercy's the best recolor, in my opinion. Russian Athena I like a lot. Same thing for the Olympic Athena. I really like... I'm a fan of Fishnet, so I like what they did with those things. But good skins. Very nice skins. Nice. And I didn't want to make this whole thing about complaining about the Nemesis stuff. Because I didn't want to, but I guess I did anyway. Just because got to let off some steam a little bit with that. Because it was just annoying some of the statements being made. And now people think I'm a crap player for this or that. When I know damn well how good I am. I'm not pro level, but I can beat a lot of ass. I know damn well how good I am in this game, and I'm secure in how I am. I'm secure in how well I play this game. You can call me bad all you want. We have our bad days, but I know I ain't a bad player. Let's see your channel stuff. Starbound just came out. Starbound's a lot of fun. People want to play it with us at Starbound, and I don't think we can do that yet. If we ever get successful, we can have our own servers for things. Right now, it's just me and Jinx playing together. Like straight onto each other, and so we're not able to just bring people in because, well, we can only afford me and her for that because we're just playing, enjoying stuff together and stuff like that for the one-shots and this and that. In the future, when we can have a server, yeah, we can do that. We can do group stuff. But right now, it's just me and her playing and experimenting and stuff like that. Monday should be Arena Nemesis. And I'm going to be experimenting with builds, and we'll see which one I put out there. I'm going to try out a tanky Nemesis. I'm going to try out a full-on aggressive Nemesis, a CD Nemesis. And which one I feel, whatever one I feel does best is the one we'll put up on Monday. Tuesday, I'm going to try to do Athena. I'm going to try to do Conquest Support Athena. I'm not going to do Jungle Athena. She's not good in pub. I'm going to try to do a Conquest Athena as a support, and I'm not a very good Athena, so it's going to be a learning episode. So that should be fun. And then Wednesday's going to be Assault Hades. And then Thursday and Friday, we'll see what they are. There should be a patch coming out on Wednesday, of course, so we'll see what we do for those parts. But that should be what comes up for Smite. Channel-related stuff, Strife should be the next one-shot or loadout. It really depends on if I feel like I have a good enough grasp of Strife. I really want to do a good video for Strife, because I like it, but I haven't played it enough. I've only played about half the roster. I need to play the other half of the roster, so I don't want to do the one-shot until I've done the whole roster. That's what I want to do. That's what I do for the MOBAs. For Dawngate, I did the majority of the roster. I played the free rotations, and then I bought a character for Dawngate so I could play as many as I could. And that's the same thing for Strife, but I haven't had as much as time to play all of Strife. And I might do some streams of me playing Strife for research. We might do that. But Loadout may be the next one-shot if I don't do Strife yet. And then Strife will come out after that. We will see. But I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Loadout. A lot of people say it's fun. Some people don't like it. I'll see for myself what I feel. And if I don't like Loadout, then we won't have a one-shot. I feel like the one-shots are, this is a fun game, check it out. I don't want it to be, this is a crappy game, don't check it out. Because the only time I should do a one-shot like that is if I did all games. Like, if I wholesale stole from TB and went, okay, we're gonna review every game. If I did that, then I can go, here's the games that I don't like, and here's the games I like. But because we only do one shot a week, maybe two if whatever happens, it should only be games that I think are really fun and other people should try. It really should be that. It should be straight up positive advertising for the game. Because, really, we only got one shot we only have this one shot a week for a game. And it should be a game I like or I think is interesting. I'll give critiques if it's an interesting game that I think could be better. Like, if Strife has some... I'm like, Strife's going to have positives and then what I feel are negatives about it. That's what Strife's going to have. But for straight up one-shots of games, not MOBAs and stuff, it's going to be, what did I enjoy about it? What did I not enjoy about it? But this is an awesome game, that's why I'm showing it, kind of thing like that. Alright, we're at 20 minutes. Okay, so me and Jinx are planning out more confession jokes, more papers, please jokes, and we're planning out that big LP I was talking about still. It's February, I said we were going to do it in January, but Shadow Warrior pushed that all back, which is not a bad thing. Shadow Warrior is awesome, I love Shadow Warrior. But it did push things back, so we're back into planning this whole thing out, and we're going to see how it all goes. And I'm excited as hell. I'm still excited. I say this every week. I'm excited. I've been hyping this up for weeks. You guys are going to just kill me when it finally comes out because I hyped it up too much. Overhyping does exist, and I might be doing it right now, but I'm still excited. I really am, and that's what's important. That's what's magical about this channel is I love what I'm doing. I really enjoy this channel. I do. Sometimes there are low points. Sometimes I hate it when people give me crap. I hate it when people just say the dumbest things at me because they... I shouldn't be getting into that. I'm not going to get into that. But there are times when there are some lows that are pretty bad. But the highs are better than the lows, and that's what's important. And I enjoy making content. I know Jinx does as well. I appreciate everything Jinx does. Thank you to her. Thank you to the viewers. And let's wrap this up. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Jinx. Thank you to y'all for watching, for commenting, for liking, for disliking, everything. Thank you for everything, everybody. Let's keep moving forward. That's the vlog. I had fun. Hope you had fun watching. That's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.
Good game. Destroyed a middle enemy tower.